All right, look at there, ladies and gentlemen. We got a market that's up 1% today. It's a pretty strong close yesterday. And a very loud opening bell in my ears. All right, let's see where we open. We got gold down. Docu JD up. Everything's up a little bit today. Let's see what was on our, we had Skyworks on our list. They're above the trend line. Okay, they had a good day yesterday. Look at that. That's a beautiful up day for Skyworks Communications. That's pretty nice right there. Got 35% on the table there for Skyworks. MDCO, MJ, Docu, PFPT. We'll see if this is just a relief rally or maybe the real deal. I did want to check IBD to see if they had that as some kind of a follow-through day. Still up trend under pressure. Of course, I think they forgot how to change that. Let's go to the market charts, see if they. Apple looked good yesterday. And looks pretty good today. How about Amazon? Facebook a little better. Microsoft. Nice sequence of days here for Microsoft. We had that low underneath it. We jumped right back in pretty good volume. Carvana trying to rebound. A pretty big start to the day for Cardano. Cardano. That's crypto. And a good start to the day. Wow. Big start to the day. Volume could be a little bit higher, but that's a good price bar. It's an aggressive price bar. All right, JD topping the list here so far today. Great volume on JD. You could argue that's on a rocket ship ride back to 32. Hey, what's up, Eli? A decent action this morning. We'll see if, yeah, right? Whatever. It's all good. Looks like it's back up 120 this morning. Right back to about where it was. Yeah, no big deal. I think I'm actually going to hold this thing I just bought stock. I didn't buy options or anything. So I'm just going to hold it, and we'll see what happens. I mean, from a technical perspective, we really shouldn't break down from this level ever again. Really. If this breaks down from this 176, we're going to be in a bear for a very long time. I'll ditch it if we fail out of this pattern. I see something really drastic. I'll probably bail on it, but I mean, how much do we talk about how much we like Tesla, and now we're sitting back down here? We talked about under 200 for a minute, but yeah, volume wasn't super heavy for that kind of a drop. But it's all good. We'll see what happens. I'm not super whatever in either direction, but long term for sure bullish on Tesla, especially under 250. You know, You know what? I just think it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't know why people don't like Elon. I don't get it. Government subsidies, blah, blah, blah. It's like, shut the F up, man. Every company gets government subsidies. Are you freaking kidding me? Half these guys got solar on their house. It's like, just shut up. Good pitching. All right, what the hell was I looking at? JD? Oh, yeah, JD. Okay, Huya, Carvana. Whoops. Ah, I held the button. That was a bad idea. JD. That's a very good opening candle for JD. What's that, like 1 million shares on that opening candle? When's the last time JD's had 1 million shares? Back here, which I'm assuming was aftermarket. Yes, it was. There's a big candle. Must be that huge drop over there. NASDAQ 1.25%. Go NASDAQ. Okay, I was looking for index charts. Yesterday looked like a pocket, not a pocket pivot, but yesterday looked like a another follow through day. So I was trying to find IBD's charts. Hmm. Yeah, I was thinking about it, Eli. I'm like, between Amazon and Tesla, I don't know. Maybe you want to get Microsoft or something. I mean, I guess Apple's still rocking, so. Hey, what's up, Rob? Happy Friday. Yeah, you missed the NASDAQ rocking 1.3% in the last 7 minutes. 8 minutes. Well, more like 24 hours. But you know what I'm saying. Our strategy, psychological market indicators. I would definitely organize this website differently. Challenge for smart home companies. Ooh, I'd like to read that article. That's my wheelhouse right there. Ease of use is an issue. Apparently, they have smart ovens, and in June, customers were reporting that ovens were preheating themselves to 400 degrees. That's funny. Yeah, that is a little bit of a concern, Justin, but yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess the volume is a little bit light today. It's really yesterday's turnaround. See here, I don't know. It's really funny. Like, I hate all this China garbage. I really do. I really, probably as of like 2 weeks ago, I'm like, I'm just sick of this crap. The old man came out in me, and but the price action hasn't been horrible. It hasn't been horrible. It hasn't been great, but you can see we do have a couple of big green days in here. We have really failed to make. This was our last time we were in a correction. This was our follow through day. This was our interim bottom, and we We came kind of close to that, but not really. And that's fairly positive. Then we're starting to break out of this little dealio right there. I'm not too mad at it. I'm not too mad at it. We were kind of looking to break kind of up higher over here. We talked about this yesterday. Now we're up a little bit, and it's looking pretty good. We'll see how it goes. I mean, this is actually, I don't know why I didn't think about it. This is like textbook coiling action on the index. I didn't quite think about that till right now, but if this were a little bit higher, you'd have textbook coiling. Higher, low, lower, high, lower, high. There's your low, higher, low, higher, low. So, I mean, when the indexers are coiling, they're just kind of maneuvering money around. Just want to be in the right place. Match.com taking it on the chin today. That's an interesting one. No one's getting hooking up anymore, guys. Sorry. If you don't have someone by now, the game's over. Just the way that it is. My kids are screwed. Our buddy Doc U doing good. Nice flat day yesterday. After popping out of this, looks like this guy's going to continue. And then what do we got? JD. JD coming back. Yeah, nice pop up here. We could get a nice little rocket ship for JD up to 32. It's potential, obviously not guaranteed. 100% guaranteed by Eli that this is going straight to 32. Nah, I think it's a pretty solid. This thing does like to go to 32. It's been there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times now. Could argue 31 and be a little safer. Yeah, 32 is really what you want, though. That's a big difference. All right, let's go check out the Globalist. Save. Spirit Airlines, big ups today. All right, TNA, big up. That makes sense. Roku, after a very rocky morning yesterday, a big overnight session for Roku. Wonder what that's about. Roku upgrades? All right, never mind. Short that. Go ahead and short Roku right now. Manitowoc. Two. That's that's that company's name. Two. Polaris. In an interesting area. Really been in an extreme downtrend for like 2 years. And we've been going sideways all of this year. Looks like most of the downtrend was in 2018. Pretty sideways. I bet you these options are negligible in terms of volatility. What would a bounce to 103 look like for Polaris here? PII. And 100 seems like a pretty valid pivot point. Not great. Of course, it is only like 12%. Actually, pretty dang good for 12%. Yeah, for 14% or 100. You're looking at, it's 11% gain for 50%. That's actually, usually the options are like 3 times. This is 5. That's for 100? No way. Wow, that's for 100. So for January, for it to get up to 100, it's like a 50% gain. That's pretty good. It's actually not bad. Polaris was a pretty big winner in 2017. Right there, pretty big winner. And through there. So it's got potential. It's bottomed out here, so we'll see what happens. But Your larger play would probably be that to about 120. But that's too much time. Oh, that's even a 100% gainer going out to 2021. Off of 33. See, there you go. That's more like it. Three times. 3 times the stock move is what you get most of the time. I think allergies are back. All right, Nasdaq 1.4% now. Some good potential down here. I mean, if the market's going to sustain a rally, we have some stocks that are. Wow, look at Anik. We noticed that great opening candle. Looks like that's following through. This has got to be a straight up base here. Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Third, this is a flat base on Anik on a beautiful pop-up. In an interesting setup. Let's go take a look at some fundamentals on Anik, because if that's breaking out, that could be a good one. Good volumes this morning. Unfortunately, fundamentals are lacking a little bit. Let's go check it out. Develops hyaluronic acid-based products that promote the healing bone, cartilage, and soft tissue. EPS change is flat. Sales are flat. No news articles. Relative strength is 98, though. Excellent relative strength rating. Everything's basically flat on this one. 50-day average is low, which it is. It's only 200,000, so this almost disqualifies it completely from a position. Not really great numbers. I'm not sure why it's rallying so much here. Polaris, there we go. Let's add that to the list. That's getting action, well, fairly quickly up against that trend line there. That one's not bad. Manitowoc, wow, look at where you are. All the way down at 11? That's crazy. These guys rent massive cranes out. I don't think we're done. I don't know why it's down so much in 2 years. That is a tremendous drop. Of course, it did something very similar. Came right back. Topped out at 44 and double topped at 44. That was back in 2007. Wow, that was a bubble peak. And we obviously didn't have a bubble peak over here. But that is a very interesting spot for Manitowoc. I mean, you'd have to know a little more information, but that's really cheap. And why did this volume just drop off? Did they do a reverse stock split or something? Yep, 1 for 4. That's why. It's a 1 for 4. That's why the volume just dried up. Okay. Manitowoc 135% EPS change last quarter. Actually, not too bad. Sales only 2%. And change in funds owning stock negative 10%. Need to do a lot more research on that one, but Manitowoc getting with the program here. Polaris. Going for it, man. That's aggressive. Anik. Looks like it's going for it. Just look at ours. How's our JD doing? JD's looking pretty good still. Carvana. They're moving somewhere. It's got to find where they're moving it to. Atlassian shoring up. Transport's big gap up. I'm not prepared for this. But truly, 1.5% for the NASDAQ. Our stocks are Skyworks and ABC. ABC, yeah, there it is. Etsy, not bad. Little cup forming here on Etsy. On the daily, it's not a weekly chart pattern, but it's a little reversal guy here. Little cup. That's not bad. You got to break out here above the 61 level. Looks like we're going to get there fairly quick. Etsy could be back in the game. LED not too bad. Weibo not bad either. Also a cup in the same area, lower in the chart there. $1.5. How's our who you doing? All right, Pi pulling back. JD still good. Looks like Annex pulled back. And Twilio still hanging out. Really hasn't participated in the absurdness. And look at the volume drift off here recently too. That's impressive. This is nice. This is looking better and better. The market stays healthy, which good luck with that. Yeah, I really like this Twilio. We talked about this, a week or two ago? And, here's obviously what I've got with Twilio maybe. But yeah, an interesting chart nonetheless. VBNXPI, Light. Momo ZTO. Intuit, nice little mini gap up today. Transports, Twitter. What's Twitter doing? Off of a trend line. Twitter's done the body good off of trend lines. That's a fourth touch off this trend line. This is probably very actionable. Let's take a look. I don't do a lot of support buys, but I mean, this one's not bad. Not sure if this is going to qualify as a channel, but it loosely qualifies as a channel. What the heck was that? If you're lucky, get up to maybe 50 on Twitter. From 40, that's a 25% gain right there on a nice little bottom buy. What's your stop here? And earnings are coming up. That always sucks. That's about a 4% stop. It's reasonable. It's a very good risk reward trade. Winter earnings 10/24. Happy Halloween. So 2 weeks, a little under 2 weeks away. I'm really not mad at Twitter here though. Little higher low right there. Kind of a believable sell-off right there. Not too bad. Volume really under average. That looks like a very good support buy. I need to get like an honest to goodness notebook and figure a way how to use it. I always end up with, sometimes I just fly by the seat of my pants, and other times I keep notes. Sometimes I keep extraordinarily elaborate notes. Other times I just write symbols on sticky notes. I've got zero system. I tried having a system at one point. It got, and I still have it. It got I wrote everything down. It got way too much. So that's not bad. Yeah, I'm really not too mad at Twitter right there at all. That's pretty good. Court is also in an interesting place. This is that one that had one of those major long-term declines, a declining wedge. We've already broken out, and we've pulled back, and we're starting to edge out from the pullback. Just starting, and that looks pretty good. Let's see what IBD has to say about it. 97 composite rating, 91 relative strength rating. Go. And volume is garbage so far today, unfortunately. Oh, this is in the same group as Anik, oddly enough. Also Celgene. I didn't mention Anik was part of Celgene's industry group. But Court right here is pretty good. 25% EPS change last quarter. 3 years EPS growth rate's 124. Sales change 16%. So they're slowing down their growth a little bit for sure. Minus 6% in change in funds owning stock, but that could change. We're looking for the best stocks to watch. This was done about 3 weeks ago by IBD. One stock that fits the bill is Court, which saw a positive improvement to its relative strength rating from 88 to 91. And yeah, it has been looking good. And this is one of those where it's coming out of this long trend. This is kind of my wheelhouse right here. And this is actually beautiful. You just need some friggin' volume. All right, like even these were my options plays. Even from an options perspective, this one's a little difficult to try to time and say exactly where it could go. It's also a pharmaceutical, so that makes it a little odd also. Usually don't like to, well, not that I don't like to, but a little strange there. All right, NASDAQ 1.46, so we're holding up there in that 1.5 area. It's not bad. You guys have MDCO, DocU's pulled in just a little bit. And volumes pretty okay. Volume's pretty okay. See if we can hold here. Our market's settling down. Saves still on top of the list. Biomed. Man, you're at all-time lows. New coin on Binance. A little bit of stalling there for Anik. United Rentals, not in the same category as Manitowoc, but these guys do construction rentals as well. Manitowoc usually sticks to like big cranes. United Rentals is everything. You rent a shovel from them if you want to. Hertz Rent-A-Car. YY. Always intrigued by YY. I got a bias towards YY, so at least I'm aware of it. Alibaba, this one also stuck in a longer term downtrend. And so this could turn around at some point. Alibaba is still obviously hugely large and important company. These things usually don't die. So you don't bet for these to die. And by that definition, you can bet that eventually they will go much higher. Especially if the Fed starts buying assets again. Maybe they started their asset buying program today. Oh, Eli, you're in New York. What have you heard? I'm going to Eli for all my New York news. Hertz curling up this morning. So some nice pops. I'm not moving too far north yet though. It's looking good there. Follow a minute. Stitch Fix in an interesting chart location, also near a low. Look at that. That could be interesting. I've only seen their commercials. I've been on their sites a couple times. They seem kind of yuppie for my taste, but I'm not sure if they're public, so you got to think they're. Let's look up Stitch Fix on IBD. 36 composite rating, 20 relative strength, so not so good on many fronts. Provides personalized shopping platform. EPS minus 59%. Not sure I want to jump on board that train. All red when it comes to earnings. Margin is good at 36%. Pre-tax margin 2% is not good. 2 billion market cap? Wow. Last article, Stitch Fix flops as quarterly outlook falls short. So hard to aggressively buy this one down there based on that type of stuff. Norfolk Southern, this guy's found support at this trend line for a long time now. Can't argue that'd be much different, especially as transports are getting a big pop today. That could potentially. Look what I got right there. 210 for Norfolk Southern. Norfolk. How to pronounce silent L's by Real Crypto. Yeah, interesting location for Norfolk Southern. If you're taking longer term positions, this could be a good one. Grubhub still has never rebounded since the large drop from late last year. A lot of competition stepping into that space. XON firmly lower and just loving that trend line. It's going on 4 years now. Nvidia getting a little froggy. We talked about this one. I think it was last week about another one like, and this also goes into those big companies not dying situation. I can't really see. I do find it interesting that Nvidia hasn't bounced back up above that $200 level. We were at 3, hasn't gotten above 2 since the drop. I know cryptocurrency was a big part of their 2017, but was it that much that it's going to take a third total out of the company? Seems a little odd, but what do I know? Let's take a look. Nvidia. When you don't know, you look it up. 69 composite rating, ranked 12th in its industry group. That kind of sucks. Mellanox is first. Go Mellanox. I like Mellanox. Hey, it still looks good. All right, back to Nvidia. So we have negative 36% EPS change last quarter. Oh, they're still positive, so that's good. But they're just not growing that much. Negative 17% sales, that's not very good. Pre-tax margin is 38%. And 111 billion market cap. 0 quarters of increasing fund ownership. Wow. Oh, an article for today. Don't ban billionaires, get rich off of them. I don't know who wants to ban billionaires. It's stupid. Ban billionaires. That's dumb. Please don't tell me Elizabeth Warren said that. Froggy? Yeah, fairly bouncy, Justin. That's what I mean by that. Fairly bouncy. Looks like it could bounce. Investors who bet on companies with billionaire CEOs are adding to their own fortunes. There are 14 S&P 500 companies currently led by CEOs who own at least $1 billion of stock, including Amazon, Berkshire Hathaway, and that's all they got. Shares of these 14 billionaire CEO companies are up on average 177% over the last 5 years. That blows away the 54% rise by the S&P 500. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's good information right there. Mark Zuckerberg, who owns 13% of Facebook, worth $65 billion, addressed concerns by Senator Sanders about whether billionaires should exist. At some level, no one deserves to have that much money, Zuckerberg told Facebook employees this week at a company meeting in response. But rather than doubting Zuckerberg's ability to be a billionaire, it's more productive to bet with and on him. Shares of Facebook are up 146% the past 5 years. Facebook is up 36% just this year. 2019 gain created $137 billion in wealth for investors. Biggest billionaires made biggest gains. This is pretty cool. I'm going to post this article for you guys. I've never thought about just investing behind the individual billionaires, but it's an interesting premise for an investment strategy. Zuckerberg is just the third wealthiest billionaire CEO. He trails behind Bezos, whose latest report 16% in a company with $135 billion. Then there's the 17% Buffett owns in Berkshire, valued at $84 billion. Incidentally, mega owners mostly did all the better for investors. Shares of Facebook and Amazon are among the stronger performers. Amazon are up 14% this year, but have risen 452% over the past 5. Berkshire haven't kept up, even as their cash piles up. Shares inched up 1.4 this year. Still, the stock gained 51% over the past 5 years, roughly in line with the S&P. That's because they're so freaking expensive. There's no liquidity. That's why. Biggest percentage winner is Nvidia, company led by Sun Huang, who owns 3.7 billion in company stock. Shares have jumped 1,000 over the past 5 years and 37% this year. Some CEOs are billionaires but don't own $1 billion of company stock anymore. Activision CEO Robert Kotick is a billionaire but owns 0.3% of the company stock, valued at $120 million. Pretty cool. They got a cool chart in there. That's a nice article. So here's their list of S&P companies with CEOs who own $1 billion or more of the company. Bezos, Buffett, Zuckerberg, Adelson, Lawrence Page, of course, Google. I guess they just only put one of the guys. Oh, those are last names. No wonder it sounds weird. So Amazon and their 5-year change. So, yeah, look at that, man. Over the past 5 years, you've done super good. I'm going to add these up and do an average. So we're going to get 40 minus 38 minus 20 plus 343 minus 8 plus 986 plus 288. Cintas, look at that, plus 167 minus 16 plus 117 minus 9 plus 146 plus 51 plus 452. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's 178% gain on average. Not bad. Not bad. Not sure how that compounds out, but how are you guys invested at the moment? So I've got some TQQQ, and I also picked up some, can't remember it off the top of my head. I picked up some DocuSign the other day on the pop-up over here. Just pulling in a little bit this morning. That's pretty much all I have at the moment. I think. Gonna go check. Oh yeah, I bought Tesla yesterday too. I bought some Tesla. I'm gonna hold that one for a while. So, but yeah, I mean, the market's doing good today. We'll see about Monday. It's a little scary with the market kind of rallying into a weekend. That just gives people an opportunity to get really happy and buy a bunch of stuff, which is kind of, I guess, how I'm talking about things right now. So that's a little bit scary from a market manipulation perspective. You guys up 3.47. They were down this morning. Okay. Undercut, let the shakeout begin. And a big selling candle right there. So they shook out a bunch of people. Not sure that it's hard to say if this could be a bottoming or not. You almost want to give it some more space, but yeah, it's a tough one. Tough to jump on you guys. And Twilio doing strong this morning. I do like that Twitter play. Let's go look at Twitter. Still at the near the high of the day so far. Obviously, volume is small. Volume's been small. It's stronger today. You can see today there's quite a bit of volume. It's already drifting away. So we'll see how this guy ends up. But Twitter could be a candidate if the market's able to stay stable, maybe throughout next week or so. But Twitter's almost in a position where you almost want to buy this. You almost want to buy this right here, maybe at least a partial position. But yeah, it's a little difficult getting fully invested. But like I said, the index, the Nasdaq here has a coiling type of an action to it. And coiling usually implies further upside prices, especially in indexes. And especially if we're going to have the Fed doing some QE. So this ain't your grandfather's QE. This is the new QE, everybody. Coop's looking pretty good. It's just out of a buy zone though, but yeah, that's the end of your buy zone right there. So we're just kind of out of the buy zone. Maybe we'll get a pop back in and we get a scare on Monday or Tuesday. Probably the best case scenario is we have a great Friday, we scare the crap out of everybody on Monday, maybe Tuesday, and then go up from there. But yeah, Coop's looking pretty good. Koopa. All right, guys. I think I'm going to bounce and get out of here and go get ready for the day. Nasdaq holding that at 1.6. That's pretty intriguing. We'll have to see how the rest of the day treats us. All right, everyone. Have a good one. Have a healthy weekend. See some of you guys in the Power Hour later, and I'll see the rest of you on Monday. All right, guys.